The 38th Ordinary Session of the African Union Assembly has officially come to a close, highlighted with the election of a new chairperson and deputy chair of the African Union Commission. The AU Summit is the annual gathering of African presidents to consider and adopt resolutions on key continental and global issues. While this year's theme focused on justice for Africans and those of African descent through reparations, African leaders also gave substantial attention to AU governance reforms, economic integration, peace and security, climate change, and Africa's role on the global stage. As the continent's premier development finance institution, the voice of the African Development Bank is crucial when updating African leaders on critical development issues and other initiatives led by the African Union. From current regional economic trends, the future trajectory, and the policy reforms needed to achieve impactful results can all be found in the bank's 2025 Macroeconomic Performance and Outlook Report, which launched on the sidelines of the summit.
Africa's macroeconomic outlook, its performance, and the outlook for the future. This amazing demonstration of resilience and capacity to grow, even in the midst of global challenges, by African heads of states and government. And I want to start with saying, let's give them a big round of applause.
In the standing room only conference hall, the bank also co-hosted a high-level roundtable on malnutrition. Here, member countries outlined bold homegrown solutions to addressing malnutrition and some collective actions to enhance multi-sectoral collaboration. Alongside the heads of state assembly, the chief economist launched two reports: the African Financing Stability Mechanism and Framework on key actions to achieve inclusive growth and sustainable development. Bank President Dr. Akinwumi Adesina delivered a final address to the AU Assembly, sharing implementation progress of key bank initiatives. Dr. Adesina goes down in history as the first president of the African Development Bank Group to address the AU Assembly for the first time in February 2022. Every year since, African heads of state have looked forward to receiving updates on bank initiatives supported by the African Union. And this year was no different, as we hear in his farewell message.
We have become the largest multilateral financier of infrastructure in Africa. Africa cannot be rich in natural resources and be cash poor. In my 10 years at the bank, we have done a lot. The capital of the bank increased from $93 billion in 2015 to $318 billion today. Over the past 10 years, we have turned the African Development Bank into a globally respected financial institution.
The African Development Bank has had a successful participation in the 2025 AU Assembly, with 4 declarations brought to the Assembly, and all of them endorsed collectively by African heads of state. Live from the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, I'm Kristen Roby.